Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday night. Thank you for being here. If you don't know me, I'm Cynthia from Purgatory Paranormal, and I'm waiting for my paranormal partner in crime, Dr. Ray, to join me, although I have a feeling he may be asleep. He works very hard, and it's very, very possible. Hello, Anthony and Bruce. Thank you both for being here, and thank you for telling me that my mic was not on. These things happen. But anyway, I am going to be live streaming in this time slot going forward, Thursday nights, 9:15-ish. And people just have to get used to me being here at this time. Just trying to figure out the best time, haven't figured that out yet, but what the heck. So we just keep working on it. So anyway, I just was looking up some information about when the first ghost story was told. And of course, I'm talking about ancient times. I'm talking about paranormal beliefs in ancient times. Like, where did this all start? Where did it all come from? Now, I mean, it could have been, who knows, the cavemen, thought the sun was something to be worshipped, and so did the ancient Egyptians. At least a good bunch of them did. The monotheistic ancient Egyptians, Akhenaten and his ilk. Although that didn't last all that long, the sun was a very important part of it. And so they had to think that there was something else besides us out there around us somewhere. And so I started delving into this, and I found some really interesting information about how many people now believe what they believe. And it's actually surprising. I'm going to show you some really interesting. You might have seen it in the thumbnail, and that's from a study done by, I believe it's called Chapman College. It's very, very interesting, and interesting also how it's changed, how beliefs have changed. Hello, George. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for being here. But before I start my slideshow, because I love my slideshow, I want to show you a book I just got. And this book is called The Vertical Plane. Now, I don't know if you've heard about this book, but this book is the story of the Dodleston messages. The Dodleston messages. And I'm going to read this book, and then I'm going to do a stream about it because I think this is so cool. But this happened in the 80s. And this couple moved into a house, I believe, in England, and they had a very old microcomputer, and they started receiving messages on the computer in text from, as it turned out, someone they believed was from the 1500s. And it's such an intriguing story. So I can't wait to read this book and get, all the information, because the husband took it upon himself to try to figure out who this person was. I don't know that he ever did, or he ever got a name, but I'm really looking forward to reading that and sharing that with you. Hello, Ray. How are you?
Oh,
You're here. I figured you were asleep. But you're
what? Well,
here.
hold on. I
You're
can't
here.
hardly hear you. It's my
I
fault.
know. Hello, Indigo. How are
Okay. What'd you
you?
say?
I thought you were asleep.
Nope.
Um, I,
Nope. Not asleep. Not this
not
time.
tonight. Didn't get me this time,
No.
Slumberland. A Sandman fooled you this time. That's okay. Anyway, no, I was just talking about this book that I got. Have you ever heard of the Dodleston messages? The
Yeah, I
Dodleston
just saw
messages.
a video on that from the Y-Files.
Really? Did you? Okay, well, I got this book about it called The Vertical Plane that I'm going to read and talk about it one night because I think it is the coolest thing. I am really intrigued by a lot of these old encoded messages that people left behind, and I'm into cryptograms and that kind of decoding, and so it intrigues me a great deal. So I can't wait to read this book. I also have the first of my two-part Letchworth Village video, guys, premiering Sunday evening. So put that on your calendar if you can. I'd really appreciate it. It's very cool place. I know you've seen a lot of paranormal investigators go there at night. They're not supposed to be there at night. We went during the day, and during the day, you can see everything. So it's very cool. Ray was there with me. Spouse Paranormal was there with us, our
Yeah.
spouses. That's what they like to call themselves. And we were there for hours, and it was really amazing. And when I started going through my audio, I actually used my digital recorder at the entrance to the old hospital, and that'll be in part 2. Amazed with what came through on the digital recorder. Some gentleman had a couple of things to say to me, and I can't wait to share those things with you. But definitely watch part 1 on Sunday. Very, very cool place. So there's that. Ow, what's that noise? Is that your wife?
Yeah, she just came home.
Okay. All right. So anyway, tonight, what I have to share with you is we're going to talk about paranormal beliefs. And we're going to talk about what started me on the path was looking into ancient paranormal beliefs and where things started. So this is some really cool information, you guys. If you're into the paranormal, if you're into the history of the paranormal, going to share it with you. Going to bring up this cool, I hope, slideshow. Basically, where I got a lot of this information was from this Chapman University Survey of American Fears, which I find really interesting. But this one was from 2017. Now, they also did it in 2016, but the first one I found was 2017. So it's very interesting. I guess that they were trying to figure out what people were afraid of, but they also put together statistics of what people believe in and what they don't believe in. So, first slide, and this is similar to the slide I put on my thumbnail. This is from 2017, and basically, this is what they came up with. Now, this is the United States. Okay, they did this in the United States of America, so it's not worldwide. I found this really interesting. So, in 2017, 55% of people in the survey, and I don't remember how many people were part of the survey, but 55% of people believe that ancient advanced civilizations such as Atlantis once existed. I don't know if this is because of the rise of the Marvel movie universe or what, but definitely that is the big one. The next one, though, 52% of the people in the study believe that places can be haunted by spirits. That's huge. The next one, you drop way down to 35%. Aliens have visited Earth in our ancient past. So they believe what a lot of people believe, that the ancient Egyptians got some help lifting the stones to make the pyramids. And the next one is aliens have come to Earth in modern times. Only 26% of people believe that. And then you move down only one tick to some people can move objects with their mind. So we jump from 55% of people believe that Atlantis once existed down to 25% of people who think that telekinesis is a thing. I find that interesting. And then we jump down to fortune tellers and psychics who can foresee the future. And then the last one is Bigfoot is a real creature. We got 16% of people in the study believe that Bigfoot is a real creature. Now, remember these numbers, remember especially the low end numbers, because they change. They do change. This is 2017. But then I started to look into ancient paranormal beliefs and old ghost stories. So let's see where we went next. Okay, so currently the most common paranormal beliefs in the United States is that ancient advanced civilizations such as Atlantis existed, and the least of them is that Bigfoot exists. Okay, so you Bigfoot seekers out there, you are part of very small, a small minority, but doesn't mean he does not exist. And again, here we go. So this is the what they came up with at the end of it. And basically only 25% of people have no paranormal beliefs at all. I don't believe in any of it. I don't believe in ghosts. How can you believe in ghosts and not yet believe we're not the only intelligent life in millions of galaxies and not yet believe we're not? Yeah, that's right. Exactly. And I actually had a conversation like that with Anthony from Unidentified S4 recently. I was saying that I'm afraid, I'm one of those people who fears aliens coming here, but to me, our own existence has to tell us that there has to be other beings out there. And if they can figure out how to get here, but we can't figure out how to get there, they're smarter than us, and that makes me a little nervous. But yeah, it's an existential argument, actually. But I found this interesting because no paranormal beliefs, 25, so only 1/4 of people in the study, and I can't imagine, I can't remember how big the study was, but it was a big study. It wasn't like 100 people, okay? Have no paranormal beliefs at all. They're just like, yeah, I can't be bothered. I don't believe in Bigfoot. I don't believe in UFOs. I don't believe in ghosts. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And then only 5% of people believe in all of it. So it's very interesting. And I wonder if that 5% is all of us on YouTube. People with the highest levels of paranormal belief tend to have or be, and this was information they called from their study. I don't know how they came up with this, but lower income. They report themselves to be highly religious. They attend religious services infrequently, not very much. They're female and conservative. They're either single or cohabitating, and they are other race, not white, black, or Hispanic. They live in a rural area, and they are a West Coast resident. It's very, very interesting. So this study must have been countrywide. Billions and billions of galaxies. Yes, George. So according to this study, the person with the highest number of paranormal beliefs in 2017 will tend to be a lower income female living in a rural area in the western states. So a cowgirl. She tends to be politically conservative, claims to be highly religious, although she actually hardly goes to church. And she's either single or cohabitating. It's very interesting when you think about it. Think about the people that believe in these things. Does that make any sense to you? And this is where I got this. This is Wilkinson College of Arts and Humanities in Orange, California. And that is the website where I did get the information. So now we go to 2018, same thing, Survey of American Fears. Hello, Tony. How are you? West Coast. Ooh, yeah. Yep. Yep. So in 2018, Bigfoot went up a tick. Right? Oh no, that's not Bigfoot. That's fortune tellers dropped way down, but Bigfoot went up a lot. Bigfoot went up from 16% to 21%. So you guys are doing good work. Hello, hey Claire, it's been a long time. It's good to see you. Good to see you.
Oh my God, is that Claire? Oh, shit.
It is Claire. It's Claire. It's good to see you. So I have to go back to the other one, but places that can be haunted. What was the big one before that? That advanced civilizations dropped and places can be haunted by spirits went up a tick, just a tick. It's interesting how they skew. They skew a little bit differently, but I found the most interesting to be that Bigfoot went up 5%, which is a lot. Thank you, Claire. It's good to see you. And it's very interesting how these changed. And then 2018, okay, so in 2017, 25% of people had no paranormal beliefs. In 2018, it dropped to 24.1. So we got 0.9% of people that all of a sudden started to believe in something. So we don't know where, though, because all 7 paranormal beliefs, I think, dropped. It's very interesting stuff. So belief in 6 of the 7 paranormal items increased between 2017 and 18. The only exception being the belief that fortune tellers and psychics can foresee the future. All 7 items have risen in levels of belief since 2016. For example, Americans are 14% more likely to believe that aliens once visited the Earth than they were in 2016. That's a lot, 14%. Americans have become 7% more likely to believe in Bigfoot in only 2 years. That's from 2016 to 2018. That's a lot. So here they are. Here's when we have 16, 17, 18. I think these are the years of the studies. And what they're talking about, the change in, where's Bigfoot? Where he is. Bigfoot is a real creature, went up 7.2% in just 2 years. So 20.7% of people believe that Bigfoot is a real creature. And then ancient advanced civilizations is up here. And then places can be haunted by spirits went up 11.1%. Now, I don't, from 2016 to 2018, we were well entrenched in paranormal entertainment TV. It's only grown and it's only introduced more people to what we do. Hello, Sandy, my dear channel member. It is good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, so believe in Bigfoot, but no in I know. Well, I mean, I can see where that could be a thing because Bigfoot is a living creature of the earth, and the spirits, it's a whole other realm of belief. It's a whole other step. And I could see where, no, I don't know what they say about Bigfoot. Don't tell me. But I could see where you could believe in one and not the other that way. No, I definitely could understand it. Because that's the thing, what we do here, paranormal, our friends that are the cryptid urbexers, you can't just expect that just because you believe in it, everybody's going to believe in it. You just have to be open to everybody believing what they want. And, like I said, like me, like I'm not an alien denier. I'm an alien fearer. I'm just afraid of a race of beings that could get here when we can't get there. That's my whole thing. But I also believe that we're here. I see no reason why they can't be there wherever it is. You know what I mean? Oh, we lost Ray. He'll come back. So this was it's so funny. It didn't look like that when I made the slide. It's 2016. And this was what I used on the thumbnail. And I liked this because it had the cool pictures. But this was 2016, and there's Bigfoot, and he's adorable. He's just adorable. My husband is on the other side of my camera making faces. And you can see this is shoo, go away. Oh, they mocked you for believing in Santa. Who knows where Santa could be from? Hey, Yvonne, hello. Good to see you. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. Yep. So this is a very cool picture and ancient civil. I guess this is supposed to represent Atlantis, although I have to say it looks a lot like Dalaran. If you play World of Warcraft, it really looks like Dalaran. Anyway, wow. These slides didn't look like this when it's crunching my slides. I don't know why, but it's okay. Ancient paranormal. Okay. So now we're going to go back to ancient times because I was trying to figure out when the first ghost stories were ever told. Still here, computer rebooted. Oh, that darn computer. Well, Ray will be right back. His computer reboot. Mesopotamian ghost stories. Okay. This is a freeze. I don't know what you would call this thing. It's a cylinder seal. And it is an old story from 2600 to 2300 BCE. So that's a long time ago. People throughout the known world have told ghost stories from ancient Mediterranean to Mesopotamia, China, Egypt. In Mesopotamia, ghost stories have been discovered as far back as 5,000 years ago. According to the Mesopotamians, when a person's physical body, it created what was known as a gedim, an imprint or image of the person at the time of which retained their memories and personality in ghost form. In mythology of the afterlife, people believed the soul would travel to the underworld, or Irkela, an inescapable place where spirits would dwell for eternity. However, in some cases, it was even thought that spirits or gedim could escape and infiltrate the mortal world. Here, Mesopotamians believed the gedim who dwelled in the mortal realm did so because they had not received a proper burial. They assumed these spirits could not find peace, so instead they would haunt family and friends. I mean, it's a tale as old as time, right? I heard a howl one spring in West Virginia, sent the recording to Alex. He said it sounded, ooh. Had a run-in with one eating blackberries. Wow, that's cool. Wow, that's very cool. Sasquatch. Okay, so again, here's some more ancient stories. The Epic of Gilgamesh. We've all heard of Gilgamesh. If you saw the movie The Eternals, you heard one of the Eternals was named Gilgamesh, I believe. When people of ancient Mesopotamia experienced illnesses and misfortune, they believed it was caused by hauntings or gadim. And it's easy, I think in ancient times, especially, and even into the 1800s, it was easier for people to blame the unseen, the ether, whatever, for causing things when they had no explanation for them. I think it helped in a lot of ways instead of going, I don't know. Mesopotamians regularly made offerings to the dead to placate them if they thought a Gadim was responsible. A famous example of one such spirit from ancient literature is found in the Epic of Gilgamesh. In the epic story, King Gilgamesh, on the left, summons his friend and war hero Enkidu, on the right, back from the dead, inviting him into the mortal world in ghost form. And there's a whole story, the whole story of why he did that, of why he invited his friend back from the dead. Oh, this is great. I'm going to work on my slides a little bit better next time. But ancient Greeks definitely believed in the afterlife, the underworld. They believed two underworld goddesses presided over spirits of the restless dead, known as Melano and Hecate. I think a lot of us have heard of Hecate. Melano was the daughter of Persephone and Hades, god of the underworld, and she was the goddess of nightmares and madness. Hope all my Melano was the daughter of Persephone and Hades, and she was the goddess of nightmares and madness. She was thought to oversee the propitiations or gifts offered to ghosts and spirits of the dead. She was described in ancient literature as wandering the night, followed by a train of ghosts, striking fear into the hearts of all who saw her. And these are very, very, very old stories. Hecate led her own nocturnal procession of ghosts, heralded by the barking of dogs. The widespread prominence of these two deities in Greek culture, who were dedicated to overseeing restless spirits, indicates that the Greeks were fascinated by the concept of ghosts. Hecate was the chief goddess presiding over magic and spells. And I think if you are Wiccan, if you are into Wicca, you are definitely familiar with Hecate. Oh, well, I did a great job with these, didn't I? Ancient Rome. One of the few examples of ghostly encounters from ancient Rome is found in the literature of Apuleius. In his Metamorphosis, an unpleasant apparition was summoned by a jilted wife who intended for the ghost to her husband. The specter appeared each day at midday until the deed was done. One day, a mysterious woman was sighted luring the man into a room, and when the husband's servants searched for him, they broke down the door and he was gone. The mysterious woman was nowhere to be found, and it was believed to have been the midday apparition. The original title of it was Asinus Aureus, which I believe means golden ass in Latin. And this is someone performing it, I imagine, or just a painting of it. So, and now the importance, now this is the reason for a lot of ancient ghost stories and again, you get this out of Egypt as well, because they were more about the afterlife than they were about the life. Oh, George, thank you so much. You are so sweet. Thank you so much for that super sticker. Wait, let me go over here and look at it because I can't see. Oh, it's adorable. Sandy, member for 26 months. George, thank you so very much. That is so sweet of you. That is really, really sweet of you. Wait, oh, that is adorable. And Sandy where did it go? I have to member for 26 months of the Pony Crew. Thank you so much, both of you. You guys are wonderful. I so appreciate all of you supporting me. So the importance of burial rites. All these ghost stories indicate that in ancient Mesopotamia, Greece, Rome, people believed in multiple forms of life after death. Consistent theme is the lack of a proper burial. Indeed, these rites were incredibly important for ancient religions, and it could be said by extension that hauntings and ghosts were considered a punishment for those not adhering to the rules. So again, it was also a way to get people to do what they wanted you to do. I mean, it's a common theme among organized religions down through history, and these stories were very important. It's also why there is the story of purgatory. Part of my name, purgatory, was designed to make people realize that they had an opportunity to atone, so that they weren't either just, going to go this way or that way when they were done here. They had a chance to do better. Thank you, George. That's very sweet. Oh, see, that's awesome. Well, that is great. I am so glad. I am so glad that you are a member of my channel. All right. Oh my God, my poor my what it squished my slides. Famous ghosts in literature. Now these, a lot of us are going to all be familiar with it. King 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 Richard, right? Richard III, Shakespeare. That character is a ghostly spirit. He's visited by the ghostly spirits of his victims. And then Hamlet, of course, right? Hamlet and the ghost of his father, who was uh, murdered by his brother Claudius. And that was written 1599. I mean, it was Hamlet is another tale as old as time. And then, of course, Charles Dickens. I mean, who doesn't know the story of A Christmas Carol, and Ebenezer Scrooge and Jacob Marley and all the other ghosties that visited him. I love that story. Christmas time, it's my goal to try to watch every version of it I can, even the cartoon ones. I try to watch every one of them. But all of these stories, Charles Dickens was a very great writer, and Christmas Carol was another one of those stories that just rife with ghosts. But of course, here we're talking about Dickens was, what was he, 1700s, 1800s? We're moving way forward in history here. I'm so sorry about the slides, you guys. Do they really look like that? They really do. That's really upsetting. But anyway, the Old Testament. I can't believe my slides ended up like this. In the Old Testament, of course, the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, the Old Testament, which is the Judaic Bible, the witch, and I wish you could see this because I loved when I found this, the witch of Endor. Okay. And she came, what does it say? She came to the spirit of the prophet of Samuel. The witch of Endor. Does that name sound familiar to you guys? Endor? Oh my goodness. Do they still make Cliff's Notes? Oh, I think so. I think so. Absolutely. She was considered an oracle who could summon the dead, and she was involved with Samuel, and again in the Bible. And this is a biblical story. This is not just a story in a book. This is a biblical story of the witch of Endor. So I'm just so bummed about my slides. Okay, so the oldest ghost story. I want to know what the oldest ghost story was. The oldest ghost story is the play called Mostellaria. Okay, and it was written by Plautus. And it's the earliest known work to feature a haunted house, a haunted dwelling. Sometimes it's actually translated as a haunted house, although it actually means little monster. But because the story is about a ghost, it's translated that way. And it was written in 210 BC. So this is considered the oldest ghost story about a haunted house out there. Yeah. So, and I think that's the last slide. And sorry about the slides, you guys. I mean, I worked really hard on this, and I can't believe my slides look like that. I'm gonna have to figure out why. But anyway, I just thought that stuff was really interesting, and I wanted to share it with you because I always try to think of something interesting to bring to you, and so that's pretty cool. Anyway, so that was that. I got a bummed about my slides, but it's okay. It's all right. Yes, he's still on.
Now.
Hi, Kendra. Hi, Kendra. Yes, we're still on.
Once again, Spouse Paranormal, riding our coattails,
there.
crashing our live stream.
That's right. Mine was just on the other side of my light array here going, ooh. We can't get away from these people. But
I
if you watch
know.
if you watch my video Sunday, you'll see they were with us at Letchworth Village, and we had a really good day there, actually. We had a
Won't
had
bring
a
you cheesecake anymore.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, we had a very good day there. I have the second part I have to put together, and that'll be up next week. And then I also have the old Letchworth Village cemetery that we found.
Mm.
So I have that to put up too. But no, it was a very cool place, and I'm really glad that we were there during the day. Of course, you're not supposed to be there at night, but I'm really glad we were there during the day because we got to see everything, and it was very cool because a car pulled up, and it was a guy that worked there 40 years before, and we got to talk to him too. So I mean, that was really
That guy
cool.
was that guy was pretty cool.
He was pretty cool. So anyway, how are you, Ray? What's new?
I'm okay.
Yeah, I
My
saw your
day off was
pin.
kind of yeah, I'm a certified dementia practitioner now.
You got a pin?
Yeah, I got a pin, and you're the only
That
one that got that joke. You're the only one. I'm serious. Everyone else is going, congratulations, congratulations. You're like, yeah, you got a pin. That
Well,
was awesome.
Hey, I'm an accountant.
but we're all proud of you. We're all very, very proud of you. So I was really into this topic, and I'm probably gonna have to like just make a separate video and put it up and
Yeah,
fix my
those slides
slides.
messed
It
you
was
up, I can tell.
but they
You're
don't
very
but
disappointed.
they're very disappointed. You know what? It didn't look when I saved it, when I rendered it and everything, it did not look like that. I guess I should have run through it and checked it. But I think what I'm gonna do is redo it and just put it up as a video because I think it's really cool. It's really
That
cool
is
stuff.
cool.
It's very cool stuff. So, yeah, the original first ghost story. Yeah. So, yeah, and I can't wait to read this book. I've read about this thing before. I've read about the Dottelson messages before, but I've just like little bits and pieces, Wikipedia or whatever.
Go to the
So
Y files, and there's so much stuff there. It's so cool.
the Y files,
Yep,
WHY,
yep,
really
on YouTube.
cool. Whoa, that's a big one. Look at
And
that.
they have he has a goldfish named Hecklefish, and he's got a very thick New York accent.
Oh, really?
It's hilarious.
Hecklefish.
Yep, because he'll mispronounce someone's name, and he'll correct him, and then he'll go. He just looks at him and goes, "What I say?" It's funny.
I didn't do that. I can't wait. I mean, look at this. Wow. I mean, this supposedly is one whole message he got from him. I actually have
Wow.
a picture of what the old computer looks like that hang on a second, let me get it. What the old computer that he was getting his messages on was called a BBC microcomputer. Hang on one second, I'm going to show you that this is the there you are. Okay, let me open that up. Okay, now I come back here and I do present and I do share screen. Window. This. Look at that. is
Yeah,
that is that cool? That is the kind of computer that the guy was getting messages on, supposedly from some
that
dude
brings
from
back memories. It makes me feel even older.
the 1500s. But look at that. Is that cool? I mean, what would you give for that to happen to you? Thank you,
Oh,
Tony.
geez,
I'm
a
I'm
lot.
I'm I'm probably gonna put it back up as a video with corrected slides. So thanks, guys, for being here. That's really sad. That's so sad. My slides look like that. I worked hard on those slides. Oh well. I don't understand why that happened though. But
I can
sometimes
feel
when
your
you
anger from
I
here.
know, no, I'm sad. It's not anger, it's sadness,
It's
but it's okay. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It is what it is. So I'm just trying to make a niche in this time slot here though, because I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I've been looking at my analytics to see when people are online, and but I
It
think a
works for
lot of
me.
other
I had the
yeah.
boy all day,
Oh,
and
wow.
that's
Okay.
probably why I'm still awake because all the
That's
caffeine I ingested
You were
playing.
waking up.
all the caffeine you ingested.
That's true.
Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. There she
So,
is.
I mean, I was waiting up for Kendra to get home from Detroit. I was really worried.
The roads were
Oh.
bad.
Is it did you guys get snow? Because we had
Yeah,
like
snow and ice and rain and slush and Slurpees.
It was
yeah,
a
and
complete whiteout.
Slurpees. I hate when you get Slurpees. I saw the storm and I saw it was like hitting Ottawa, right? But we got yesterday morning we got a little snow and then a
Listening.
deluge
Oh,
of rain all day and
Deluge.
all night. Just unbelievable buckets and buckets of rain.
is the
So
owl okay?
I don't, I have to look out the
Is the
window
hot tub
to
filled
see
up
if the
again?
owl still has his head. For
I
anybody
had
who
to put
doesn't
the head back on.
understand,
I was scared.
we have a big garden, and to guard the garden, we have a fake owl that's about
But it looks
two
so
feet,
real,
two
and
and a
the
half
head
feet tall.
moves. It's
So he
gigantic.
sits out there and his head does
His
move.
head will move
Because if the
around.
head doesn't move, it doesn't convince the birds that it's an owl, and they
The
come and
birds
they eat
are
your
convinced.
strawberries
I
and they
did not
eat
see
your
any birds.
tomatoes and they eat everything.
Yeah.
So we have an owl with a head on a swivel. And when Ray was
And when
here, I think
the wind knocked it off, and the body's laying there, and the head's over here, and I'm like, oh my God, the
oh, poor
owl.
little owl. Poor little
When I first saw it, I thought it was real. I was like,
I know.
wow,
I know. It'll get you
this is
every time.
cool.
It looks like a real pretty
He's like,
big
live in the
owl.
forest.
Is yeah, we live in the forest.
Mhm.
Not quite. But we had to dig down, I don't know how many feet, and put chicken wire all, and the garden is big. It's like
Yeah, because
12 by 12. It's huge.
rabbits
Under
will
because the little mole creatures, what are they called? Gophers or whatever. They'll dig
ferret.
right under and come up. So we
Yeah,
had
it's
to,
true.
so like a foot under it, there's all barbed wire, not barbed wire, chicken wire. So they go boop, they can't get through it.
And
And
you're
then we
like,
had to
what
put it
is
on the
going on?
top.
There
Oh,
shouldn't
there's
be any
something else.
tiger.
No, there's something else. There's something else. Those creatures are something else. We got snow, then slush, then rain, then flurries, then wind. Oh, we got the wind too. Hey, I hate Dayton. I totally get why the Wright brothers chose Dayton. Except they went to North Carolina to fly the plane.
Hmm.
Skunks love chicken eggs too.
You know why? Because Ohio.
Because well, you know what? Ray, our friends that we went to dinner with when you were here
Yeah,
down the block from me, they have a beautiful chicken coop. And
they
actually
do.
they have more trouble with the hawks and the coyote. I know, I live right near New York City, and you'd think I lived out in the in the boons. Chickens and
It sort of
coyotes,
is. I
and
mean,
I
five
know.
5 minutes away, and
It's great. And yet we could
the
just go right into New York
wilderness.
City. You'd be surprised. It's very But anyway, yeah, so they have to protect them from the hawks and the coyote. I mean, the coyote don't just take the eggs, they take the whole chicken. And the hawk will take the chicken too, so but fresh eggs are very nice. Yeah. No, they have a beautiful coop that you built for 'em. Anyway,
They're
I'm
like
getting
millionaires now because eggs are like $18 a dozen.
they are not. I just bought 7 dozen eggs 2 days ago at Costco.
Oh, you're rich too. Holy cow. What's that, $100?
No, not at all. I don't know I mean, they are limiting people, so you can only buy 2. So you can only buy 14 dozen eggs. I kept it at 7. Yes, well, the raccoons will eat the eggs. They will eat the eggs. The raccoons but they would much rather go in and out of my garbage pail and make all kinds of racket at night, the raccoons. So,
Is that why you have locks on them?
no, we use bungee cords to lock them.
Yeah,
We have to, but you don't
I know.
understand. We have these thick bungee cords, right? You look out and you see the raccoons. One will be like this, holding it open for his friend, and then they'll go in, bam, and then when they're ready, they're just like, they have like no bones, no pain. They don't care. You'll open that thing in the morning. Two of them will be looking at you, and they're like, I had to tip the giant garbage pail over one morning to get them out because you don't want to mess with them. They're big and they're mean.
And they're strong. Apparently, they're working out.
Well, and they have posable thumbs.
Yeah. Steal your car, man.
Uh-huh. Given the chance, they would absolutely steal the car.
They either steal the car or just chew up your seats for,
Well,
fun.
they just leave such a mess. And then the bear, I mean, oh my God, the bears. Well, the bears are hibernating right now, thank goodness. 200? 200? Oh, wow. I
I'm sure
always
there's
wanted.
more than 200 chickens in Florida.
I always wanted a chicken coop, but then you got to get somebody to watch your chickens when you go away. I mean, my friends that all have chickens and ducks they got to get a chicken watcher.
The boy's mother has a chicken coop.
Nice.
And like 7, 8, 12 chickens. I don't know. But
very nice.
They went to Florida on vacation, and she asked me if I'd come and get the eggs out, and I was like, "Heck yeah, I will!"
Yum yum yum! Are you kidding? Ray will be on the corner with a basket. I got eggs. I got eggs. I got eggs.
Hey, who wants some eggs? Come on.
Eggs here. Eggs here. Eggs here.
Just made today. $17 a dozen.
Bring your own crate. Bring your own box. I saw a meme somewhere. It was so funny. It was a guy who was like, he had the hat on backwards, and he was like he was supposed to be like a rapper, but around his neck he had a chain with an egg carton hanging off of it. They're like, big flex, big flex. It was so funny. It was really funny. Oh my God. I love the way a chicken runs. Oh yeah.
Oh, well, hey, I got a haircut.
Very nice.
I parted my hair to the side because that's how she cut it for some reason.
Wow.
I feel like a little kid on picture day, like, where's my picture? Right for my picture, I got my Iron Maiden shirt on. The one people really don't like.
Oh my God. That was like one person. One person didn't like your Iron Maiden.
Yeah, but if there's one person, there's 100.
It's just a tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. It's
just
like,
a tip of the iceberg.
People listen to radio stations, only, 1 in 10 will ever call in. So you gotta figure there's hundreds that you never heard from.
That's true. That's true. People who don't have it
Hiya,
in them.
Joe.
Hey, Joe, how are you? Mousy waking up. I needed sleep. Well, hi, Mousy. That's okay. That's okay. That's all right, Joe. It's not a problem. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Oh, that's all I got tonight. Me and my messed up slides.
Not your fault.
I don't know. I can't get people
Totally
to come to
not
my
your
live stream.
fault.
I had to figure out a way to get people. I gotta start doing my ghost box sessions again. Though I do have the ghost box set up, so I might do it later. Do just a ghost box session, but anyway. Oh well, that was fun. Thanks for coming by, guys. I think I'm going to call it a night on this one, and I will try to maybe I'll put the slides back up just in a regular video where they're not messed up. But do come by Sunday.
You're not. You don't really care, but stop talking
do.
about it.
I care. I worked really hard on them, and they stinked. Here, George is asking you again. Dr. Ray, find the time to upload your session. I don't know which session he's referring to because you're sitting on a lot of video. No, he doesn't care. He just wants you to upload something.
Yeah.
He just wants you to upload something. And you have a lot of stuff you're working on. Hey, how's our script coming?
I'm on the last scene.
Guys, we're going to have the cartoon soon. Please watch it when I put it up.
Just make them watch it. Do it. Show it
Make
every
them. I
live
can't
stream.
even make people come to my live streams.
Well, there's people here now.
Oh, I know. I appreciate all of you. I really do. I
Claire
have
was
to.
here. Are you
Huh?
kidding?
What?
Claire was here.
Claire was here. That was awesome.
Claire
I have to.
Hanover.
I have to figure out a way to be more interesting. I'm not interesting
What?
enough. I'm not. I'm
You're
not interesting enough.
delusional.
Nobody comes to my
You're
live stream.
delusional.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not interesting enough. But Joe, let me know when you want to play Phasmophobia. Remember, we were going to play Phasmophobia, right? This weekend. I'm ready. I'm ready to play Phasmophobia on Sunday. Let me know. I don't know. Support real Aw, that's nice, Sandy. Real paranormal is like me. It's boring. Unfortunately. But I just can't do the silly stuff,
I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was interesting. I actually talked to, I don't know if Joe is still here, but I think that some of my shots that I took, we were there during the day, although evening was coming on, it was during the day. My shots that I took into that old hospital at Letchworth Village, I think are going to look very familiar to you.
Creepy.
Support real paranormal. We need that on a t-shirt. I can put that on a t-shirt, but nobody buys my t-shirts either. No, I'm laughing, but seriously, seriously, I can't tell you how many times I've considered giving it up. But I'll
She's
figure
not
out a way to be
kidding.
more.
So go buy a t-shirt.
No, don't buy a t-shirt. Just
Buy a
watch
t-shirt.
my stuff. Just watch my
Buy a
stuff.
t-shirt. It's a thumbs up. Subscribe.
I have to figure out how to be more interesting. So I'm going to work on that, guys. I promise. I'm going to work on how to be more interesting.
Dye your hair black. Get a mohawk.
No, I think I just have to start doing just more ghost boxes and sessions with equipment and stuff. I think that's what people want to see.
Get a nose piercing.
No, my nose.
Get a face tattoo.
No.
Live stream a face tattoo.
No. You could do that. I'll leave that to you. Are you going to start your show again?
Yeah, but I'm kind of wondering. I don't really know anyone anymore because this is the only paranormal stuff I do on YouTube.
Well, we know plenty of people, and I bet they'll come and watch you.
But you can't count on that, and you can't think that way either because it's been like 2 years.
Well, you got to start somehow. Come on,
Most of people are not even on YouTube anymore.
Well, how's the book coming, George? It's good. It's coming.
Which one?
They're coming for you, Ray. They're coming for you, Ray.
Oh, they missed their chance. They kept going.
They missed your chance. I'm going to finish it this year. And then when I finish this one and I have a copy of it in my hands, then I'm going to take a 2-week vacation and go finish the big one. Oh, thank you, Sandy. You like my videos? Well, thank you. Maybe that's just what I should do. Maybe I shouldn't go live. I should just make videos. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, you guys. It's
going
been
live is fun.
It is fun. It is fun. But, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm really trying to figure it out. So who knows? There's a lot of much younger, much more exciting, active people out there jumping around. I know, but
everything is.
I could never do that.
No, I know.
I could never do that. I would quit before I would make a fool of myself like that. But
kidding.
I'm not kidding. But anyway, I do appreciate those of you that came by tonight. So definitely come by Sunday and watch the Letchworth Village Part 1. Very cool place. And
that was nice. Fun. We had a great day that day.
It was a very cool place. We were there a long time. But
it didn't seem like it.
No, it was really cool though.
It's like spread out and there's so many buildings. Yeah, it was nuts.
And then we weren't even in the whole place. They owned
Heard where that is.
2,000 acres, I think, and they had 130 buildings. What did we see? 20 buildings, maybe?
Maybe 20.
So the place was
Probably not even a fourth of the place.
yeah, it opened in 1911. I mean, it was there a long time. It closed in 96. So, when the weather turns nice again, oh, yes. Yes, when the weather turns nice again. Give me another month. Although I might be going down south soon, so then I might have a couple. We might head down for a week or so soon, so get into the warmer climes. We always look for those nice old cemeteries, so we'll see what we can find.
Mhm.
Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for coming by. Sorry for torturing you with my messed up slides.
The slides were fine. Take it easy. You were reading them.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll see yous later.
Good
Bye.
night.
Bye-bye.